Staying warm in the winter when you're seated in a wheelchair is really difficult because you don't have as much activity to heat yourself up. Wearing a long down coat is really difficult because you're sitting on so much fabric, so to get it on and off is really challenging. And if you're using a manual wheelchair, oftentimes because you're seated on the fabric, when you go to push, you might split some armpit seams, which I have managed to do. As I was doing research to kind of figure out what my options were, I came across a video by Jem from Wheels No Heels, thank you so much, Jem, recommending using a coat, chopping off the sleeves and putting it over your lap and then keeping it unzipped so you can tuck it around your legs. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. But I, as a sewist, then asked the question, well, how do you chop off the sleeves and sew it? Because the challenge with down jackets is they're full of feathers, so as soon as you cut into them, they everywhere. The easiest and quickest way to chop off the sleeve and actually have all the feathers stay inside is to turn it inside out and then just use either thread and needle, or a sewing machine's a lot easier, and just do a straight stitch across where the sleeve meets the body of the jacket. Once that seam is done, the jacket is closed, so feathers aren't going to fly everywhere. So wait until you have the seam to cut.
When sewing the armhole close, that's a lot of thick layers. So you're going to want to turn the stitch length to the maximum setting and the tension down low. Even still, that's pretty darn fluffy, so you may want to massage the feathers away from the seam line before you attempt to sew through.
If you don't sew at all, I would recommend getting something like a down skirt, even if you are not a regular skirt wearer, because one side of the down skirt, you can get it in, I would recommend like a knee length or a maxi length skirt for maximum coverage. One side will be entirely unzippable. And now you have the perfect size fabric to drape over your lap, tuck under your bum and your legs, and it has pockets. I got this on eBay from a brand called 32 Degrees Heat for about $15. And that way you still get the long coat coverage without the risk of bursting open your armpit seam. If you are a skirt wearer and you don't plan on removing it while you're outdoors, you can just wear it as a skirt. So there are plenty of ways to stay warm outdoors in the winter, even as a wheelchair user. Hope this helped.